What are some ways you can keep your books and records up to date in a timely manner, Larry?
There are a number of ways to keep your books up to date, and some of them are driven by people, process, and technology, right? Set up an accounting system. At the most basic level, that could be Excel for some sort of small business, or just making sure you have separate bank accounts and credit cards that are exclusively used for business and then summarizing them. I feel like the most basic way to do it. But as businesses become more sophisticated and have more transaction volume and more reporting needs, then it makes sense to invest in accounting software and potentially a team of accountants who can help keep that up and keep it current. And so when you go into accounting software, now it's, well, which software should we use and what's the pros and cons of doing these things? And then how do we configure it all? A lot of times, consumer accounting technology like QuickBooks, which we like, by the way, makes it seem like it'd be very easy for anybody to set up. But the reality is we've seen many, many times when people try to set up their own QuickBooks, they're shooting themselves in the foot because the choices they make at the beginning have knock-on effects. And maybe those choices they made weren't as best choices that they could have made for their business. So once you have your accounting system set up, you connect your bank accounts and credit cards with your username and password. So bank feeds are set up, which makes transactions flow into the system. Next, your job is to categorize those things inside of the system to the appropriate general ledger accounts. After that, you want to think about integrating accounts payable and receivable. This is money that customers owe you or money that you owe to your vendors, right? Making sure all that kind of stuff works together smoothly. If you have employees with expenses that need to be reimbursed, setting up an employee expense reimbursement policy, so that's about process, right? But then technology to actually execute it with approvals and things like that can be quite helpful. Within that, we talked about accountable plans, and accountable plans will just make it so those expenses are not included in those employees' income, and instead they are just full reimbursements, which is an important point.